Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. In today's video, I've got a great one for you. Listen, we're going to be talking about my nearly $110,000 Robinhood investing portfolio, and I want to just preface by saying a lot has changed in my portfolio, my mindset with investing since I've talked here on YouTube about it. So I thought it would be a good idea just to dive right into it. And something that's really interesting right now, just as an investor in general, I don't know if other people are feeling like this as I am this past, year to date where we're at with the stock market. I have never been more fired up and excited to be putting more and more money into the stock market than I am today. Now, I had that early excitement that really sparked kind of the growth here on YouTube, the growth of my portfolios, just becoming addicted to investing. And it feels like that's finally returning to me in terms of just the performance of what we've seen year to date across the board. So with SCHD, with some of the value plays that I've had, they've been doing extremely well. I've been seeing those just kind of steadily climb up. And then as well as a lot of the growth plays I've been going after, I bought during the dip, and those are panning out as well. So as an investor right now, I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm feeling good about this stuff. My philosophy has changed a little bit, and I'm not necessarily picking individual stocks at this point. There are a few that I am investing in, which I'll talk about, but overall, the sentiment that I have right now for investing is just super bullish. I'm feeling great about it, and I'm excited for what the rest of the year has to come for just growing out these portfolios. Okay, so just to preface this video, this is my account balance of $110,000. Now, this is comprised of 3 different accounts. One is my Roth IRA. I have 2 individual investing accounts in this as well. One of them is focused on growth, and one of them is focused more on like AI chip related type stuff. And we'll talk about each one as we get there. Now, the best part for me to start is probably my Roth IRA. If I click into my Roth IRA, its account balance is $47,498. If you're interested in seeing the progression of my Roth IRA, I have a full dedicated video on that. Talks about everything up to where I'm at today. But I will just say, like, I used to be somebody who loved picking individual stocks, would just try to go and, do a bunch of research, take a ton of time to do that stuff. And it's something that I have honestly just been a little bit less passionate about. Now, I do think that, there's something to be said about taking the mental capacity off of investing and just investing in the most simple way possible so you can get more money working for you, more money in the market. I will say, I do think I will return to having more of a conviction on different individual stocks. I'll get more interested in that again, and I'll probably go higher into some of the stuff with that. But honestly, like, I just haven't really had the time and the desire to go out of my way to really find those bigger plays that I used to love doing. And so for me, I've just been focusing on trying to make more money, trying to get more into the stock market working for me, but not having to think too much about the stocks I'm investing in. And the best way to do that, I think, is investing in like broad ETFs. So in my Roth IRA, I only hold 2 different investments here. One is SCHD and one is VTI. Now, a lot of people kind of give me flack for holding SCHD in a Roth IRA, but this thing's going to compound a ton too. Like, this is still growing pretty well, and I'm reinvesting all the dividends. It's all getting paid to me. I'm not having to pay taxes on it because it's shielded in the Roth IRA. And if you're brand new to investing, go learn the rules. I've got dedicated videos on the Roth IRA. It is the best point that I think anybody could start for an account with investing. Now, SCHD, there's nothing crazy there. Again, it's up 22%. You can see this is all of my position here. It's got a market value of 21,000. I have over 687 shares at this point. And every time that this pays, it pays quarterly. Every time that I am receiving a payment, I'm just going to be reinvesting this back into SCHD. Then my next dividend payment goes even higher. And I basically split my investments from here on out between VTI and SCHD. But you can see, like, the last dividend I received was $175 into this. That's buying me multiple shares of SCHD. And so for the rest of my life, like, this is going to grow extremely well. The other thing with this position Robinhood doesn't do a great job of is just those reinvested dividends don't really account into that total return as well as it should. So I would think that this is a little bit higher. Now, comparing that against the growth that I do have in this Roth IRA, it's probably the biggest reason why, somebody might not want to hold something like SCHD in here, is because, if you are getting better returns from growth, well, that's going to all grow completely tax-free, and then you can sell and not worry about it and just have like higher gains from that. But I don't know. I'm pretty confident with the strategy I have with this stuff. VTI in here, you can see this is a higher return, 36%. Up almost $7,000 here. I've got 70 shares of it at an average cost of $265, which it's now $362.87 at the moment. This makes up 53% of the portfolio for my Roth IRA. And so that's kind of what we're seeing here. The other cool thing is this does also pay dividends, but it's just significantly smaller. So I still do reinvest them. You can see the last one I had was $70. So, less than half of what we're seeing from SCHD. as an investor, like I started out and was just super intrigued by dividend investing. It makes a ton of sense to me. It's actually still my favorite form of investing. I just know as a younger investor, a lot of people tend to skew towards growth and then transition into dividends later on. I've kind of fallen more into that route a little bit as of recently. That's subject to change though, like just because purely when I think about it, I just love dividend investing so much. It makes so much sense in my brain that you're putting the money in, you're actually getting the recognized gains. I mean, yes, there's tax implications to it, but most of us have accounts where that doesn't really even matter all that much. Like, I don't know. I do try to optimize all of my finances though. So it is the internal battle that I have. And I think that it's going to be something that I'm like fighting with pretty much as an investor for my entire career, because if it were up to me, like I would just be purely in dividends. It just doesn't make sense. It's definitely worth diversifying. So that's what I've been doing as of recently. If I go into my investing tab here, this account is $53,000. So actually looking at the account value for how much I've put in these, I've got $21,000 in SCHD, 25 in VTI, and VTI again targets more growth, but it is still pretty diversified. Now in my just regular investing portfolio here, I hold just a little bit of Bitcoin. I'm not like somebody who's going buck wild on this stuff. I'm actually down about 14%. I've never had great luck, I guess, with crypto. I just don't fully understand it as much as I do with some of the investment stuff. So this return also, I've been like transferring in and out of cold storage and Robinhood and, you know, where I'm housing this stuff. So I think the return's a little bit lower as well. But it is making up about 10% of this portfolio. And I think that's fair. Like 10% of my net worth going into, crypto. I'm young enough where I can kind of take that risk, but I really have not been investing all that much into crypto as of recently, just because I'm having a better time investing in things like QQQ. Now you can see QQQ in this portfolio. I've got about $28,000 worth. So I've been actually going way heavier into this fund. So it's up $4,800, up 20%. Got 40 shares. This is the growth. Like, I think a lot of people criticize that I'm not leaning more towards growth. I would say my portfolio at this point is leaning a lot more towards growth than it is the just the value and the dividend plays. And so I don't know. I've got other portfolios out there that exist as well. Right now, I have a QQQ bi-weekly buy on. So every 2 weeks, I'm spending $500 just to get more, just continuing to dollar cost average into this stuff. And you can see in my account right now, I've got $4,400. Now, I've got some money on the side that I'm going to be investing soon. And if you want to see that, make sure you leave a comment down below and just kind of let me know what you're really interested in right now as far as your investments. I do also have some individual stocks. I won't go too far into them. They're kind of legacy positions I bought in at really good times and just, I don't know, I like holding them in this portfolio. They've got some sentimental value, I think, just in terms of, you know, when I started, when I was investing, and like AbbVie's a really cool one here where I don't have all that much invested. It's up almost 50%, but at times it's been a lot higher too. I don't know. It's just one that I've been holding on to, and I'm not too worried about it in the long run. Now, if I go into purchases, this is where I've kind of been doing more of the AI play. And so I have been investing more into NVIDIA as of recently. I obviously have the exposure to a lot of these in the ETFs, but I thought I could double down on some of this stuff because just where we're headed with all this has been absolutely crazy. So this I really started investing in this year. I'm still up 13.5%. And again, I bought it kind of dips during the downward trends for some of this stuff. So this is up 13%. And again, just really exciting to see these values fluctuate. My average cost is $194. So sub 200 is really cool to see. It's at 221 right now. If I go back, got Palantir, Taiwan Semiconductors, like it's a lot of the same stuff. And then, Walmart, Amazon, and then this other one, AppLovin, which is one that I actually really like. It's up 4.4%. This is basically like the ads that everybody sees on their mobile games. It is all kind of filtered through this company, AppLovin, and I don't want to say monopoly, but they own such a significant portion. I think there's a ton of room for them to grow. So I've been investing just a little bit, nothing too crazy. My average cost is $480. I don't even have a full share. I want to invest more into this stuff. Honestly, the cap, what's stopping me from some of this stuff is just how much money that I'm able to put into the stock market. And I've got like some capital kind of freeing up here in the future. I'm really excited for that stuff. Can't wait to dump more in and continue building out these portfolios. Now, in the background, what I'm most excited for is a lot of the big expenses that I have is really coming to an end. So I'm going to be able to dump more into the market. And like, we're talking huge moves, like moving real estate. I'm going to probably a different state here pretty soon, just buying a new property, renting this one out fully as a duplex. The other thing that's going to happen with that is like, I'm in this wedding season right now. That's freaking crazy. Like saving for all these different destination weddings, for gifts, for all the stuff that goes along with weddings. And then as well as planning our own wedding. So I'm getting married next year. We've been saving a bunch of money for that, like over $1,000 a month for a while now. As soon as that money kind of gets freed up, going to be able to dump a lot of that into the market. Like, so excited to share all of that stuff. I'm going to document a lot of it here on this channel. So if you are interested in it, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button if you guys did appreciate this video. Thank you for checking it out, and have a great day.